AWCCI is the peak body for self-employed women in Australia. They are the collective voice of women business owners and women's organisation. AWCCI is a not-for-profit, member-based organisation that influences policy and programs to make women more independent and their business profitable. AWCCI has three main objectives: leadership, education and research.
Over the last 5 years, we've seen an unprecedented number of women starting up their own businesses. If you look at the ABS data, it shows that the number of women starting up their own business has increased by 8.9% compared to that of men, which has decreased by about 3%. So we now know that more and more women are starting up their own business and or becoming sole traders. Secondly, why the need? Well, unfortunately, the business environment here in Australia is still not very balanced. If you look at the other business organisations that represent businesses, there are very few women anywhere. In fact, if you look at all of the chambers, state, territory and the national body, there are no women anywhere, which is rather unfortunate considering there's approximately 40% of women running a business in Australia today. One of the biggest issues as to why women are starting up a business today is because of childcare. We are seeing that more and more women are unable to access and more women are unable to afford childcare. Hence, why we are doing a national campaign on this very important issue. So our main charter is education, research and advocacy, which is leading the voice of women business owners. The first thing we did as a chamber was do the research. This allowed us to get an overall picture of what was happening in Australia amongst women in regional, rural and metro areas. That data has provided us with the ability to open up doors that allow us now to provide government and industry with information in order to change policy and programs. The research also gave us the information to be able to now deliver workshops to provide women with the information they need in order to grow and survive and thrive in their business. And the advocacy work is the most important and what we do on a daily basis, and that is to get government and industry to listen to the points that women are growing and they need attention. The reality is that women have the power of the purse. So if women stop spending because they can't make money, everybody's going to suffer, the economy and our communities. The reality for the majority of women today is that they can't pay themselves a wage because they don't have access to markets and they don't have access to capital. So you could have the best product or the best service on planet Earth, but if nobody knows about it, you can't make any money from your business. So when women are leaving the corporate environment to start up their own business, majority in the service industry, they can't get access to capital because nobody wants to invest in a service-based industry, not the banks, not the angels, not the VCs. And so therefore women are using their own money or credit cards in order to start up their business. The research shows that the majority start up with less than $5,000. The result of that, they can't access markets because there's so much noise out there. They don't have the marketing finance or budget to be able to promote their business, which means they can't sell their product, which means they can't pay themselves a wage, which means they don't have super, which means, unfortunately, that we could have another 1 million women living below the poverty line in this, our lucky country, if we don't start instigating some serious policy and programs today. The reason as to why we're doing workshops to educate women actually came about due to the fact that I was very privileged to attend the first Women's Economic Summit at APEC, which was chaired by Hillary Clinton. At that summit, which was held in San Francisco, 21 economies talked about the same issues, and those same issues are the same issues that we face here in Australia, and that is that women don't have access to capital, we don't have access to markets, we need more leadership skills, and we need capacity building skills in order to grow our business. The research as well as the Women's Economic Summit confirmed that the biggest issue is that women don't have access to capital. The workshops that will be held in Sydney and Melbourne this month, July 25 and 26, will allow women to obtain a great deal of information about all the options you have before you go out and try to get capital for your business. So we'll have the banks talking about what you need to do in order to get capital from a bank. You'll have access to information about what an angel is, how to approach an angel, and what sort of information and mentoring you can expect from an angel, venture capitalists, and also, and I think one of the most important ones, we'll have a government representative there from finance to talk about how you can become a preferred supplier. We're talking about $41 billion worth of contracts that women should be able to access. So we're educating women how to access those contracts, and we're educating the government on how to project that information to women so they can actually start supplying women with contracts. The great thing about our workshops is that it's not just about providing information. The past workshops that we've done have been extraordinarily successful because women literally walk away with a plan. So in this workshop, women will be able to walk away with a business plan that shows step by step what they need to do in order to approach either a bank, a lender, an angel, a VC, or a human capitalist. And that plan will allow them to move forward and actually obtain the capital they need.
AWCCI is a member-based organisation, so what do you offer to your members?
We offer a long list of valuable items, but I think one of the ones that makes us the most distinguished is the fact that if you present us with an interesting business plan, we will put that plan in front of angels and VCs that are very interested in investing in women.
So you do provide a recommendation, which is always so invaluable.
It's more than a recommendation, it's an introduction, and it's providing advice to the VCs and the angels about where and how they should invest their money. And we already know, as you mentioned earlier, that women are a fail-safe investment. We have the World Bank confirming that, and we know that whenever women are provided with a loan, whether it's in a developed or in a developing economy, they will pay it back.
So they're better payers, and
they're a fail-safe investment.
There you go. Maybe you can mention it to the government.
I do regularly.
Thank you so much for your time, Yolanda.
My
It's
pleasure.
been such a fantastic interview.